professional organizer which at first takes the law of land above all matters, you know. Justin Bieber came to KL, and then that time he was dating Selena Gomez lah. Kat mall ni bukan shop lot 3-4 ribu tau. That was almost like you get out of the house if if you keep on doing this. But I was bringing like 2,000 people a night.
Wow. Orang lain pergi party keluar duit, you pergi party dapat duit.
Macam tu better lah. You feel that's what you tell yourself lah. At least I'm making money being out here in the streets, man.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Ashraf Khalid dan bersama saya
Ishraq Kamaruddin.
Selamat datang ke podcast
Apa Cerita,
di mana kita dengar kisah-kisah inspirasi daripada individu-individu yang berjaya untuk
dan
menjadikan tauladan
dan juga inspirasi.
Yes, betul.
Yes.
So today I have actually a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
You know, this guy dengan I sebenarnya tak asing sangat lah. We've never like really lost contact apa. We've always been in contact for the past many years. We've been good friends, and actually
I met him a couple of times at your events.
Yeah, he's always been an important person in our life lah.
Yes.
And we go way back lah, bro. And we still kept in contact, and you know, and I'm so proud lah to see how he has transformed his life and becoming super successful.
Yep.
Like doing business yang bukan hanya biasa-biasa lah, bro. Orang tahu lah. Maybe you want to, you know, maybe introduce a bit about his background, what?
Yes. So it'll be my pleasure. But before that, I want to ask for the viewers and listeners, please do subscribe to us. It will help in our algorithm. Okay, so Cili Kampung, Kikyo, Baijiu, all these are restaurants.
Yes, very familiar names.
Yeah. And also for the ones that likes to do activity keluar malam, Kyo, Circa, 6 by Saro, Alibi. And most recent and notable, Pink Fish Festival. Yes. With great lineup such as DJ Snake, Yellow Claw, and the list goes on. Yeah, so the guy that we have today, he's the owner and founder of all these famous brands.
Yeah, bro. And from Caprice punya DJ,
buy one free one.
Buy one free one dah jadi lah.
To all these. So started from humble beginnings, known as a man with many hats due to his multi-portfolio that he holds. With over a decade of experience.
Actually 2 decades, what?
2 decades.
Yeah.
I mean, you include everything, right? Yeah. Sorry. So 2 decades. In both F&B industry and also entertainment industry, he has established himself as king of entertainment and lifestyle, I would say. So tremendous success in both these industries. So you guys want to stick and see and what it takes for this guy to get to where he is today. For the viewer, Muslim, I know you can't own or shouldn't own bars, right? Or clubs.
Or lounge.
As
politically
cakap dah tahu tadi. Right. There's also other learnings such as social skills and business as a whole. So don't just think that you can't benefit from this lah. Okay. So I'm super honored and delighted to introduce Kesavan Puru Sotman, or better known as KC.
What's up, guys? So happy to be here.
welcome,
Man,
KC.
I feel like now every party I go into, I just want you guys to introduce me. You know what I mean? It's like I should just hire y'all, man. I'm like, hey, who are you? Hold on, hey guys. That would just be the best, man. Actually, this weekend you guys are free. I'm meeting this girl. It'd be great if y'all could just borrow you for 10 minutes. I don't need your vlog.
No, I think I have a better idea. We'll ask the editor to edit this part out, and then
you can utilize as much as
you're like, what do you do again? Like, just
entrance video.
Yeah. So I'll wait. You done.
Anyways, thanks, man, Casey.
Yeah,
taking the time.
Yeah, man. So happy to be here, man. Yeah, great stuff.
you.
Congrats on the podcast. You know, like starting this thing. You know.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy, man, to have you, because I know this will be a good show, bro. Because you know, I know you for so long. You know, I've seen your daripada kecil sampai besar.
Betul.
And so I think kita boleh And banyak juga actually benda yang I tak tahu pasal you. And maybe we can start off with asking about your family background.
Betul?
And you know, I always see you joking around with your dad. And I
Correct,
think you
yep.
call him botak, right?
Betul lah. My dad's going to hate me for saying that. Yeah.
Is he really botak?
Yeah, he's kind of bald. Yeah. It's definitely happening to me, alright. I can see myself in the mirror. Tiap hari tengok kan, makin gugur ni.
But is he like? Does he feel when you say call him botak?
No, he doesn't know.
No,
Oh, he doesn't know. Of course not, man.
Oh my God.
Because the thing is, I always screenshot my dad's conversation, and he's always like, he's just always just like putting me down, but in a sarcastic, loving way, like, you know, like you're never good enough kind of thing. So it's just like he'll always just reply like weird stuff, and I always just screenshot that conversation. And I'll just like put it on my Instagram story, and like people see it. I'm like, look what botak said again. And my friends love it, right? They just love
And
seeing.
that's how I macam tak tahu nama bapak dia botak. Because of his posting
Screenshots,
all the time. Yeah, so he has two things that he likes to post. One is botak, and then he has another partner that he likes to. His wife lah, Diego.
No, not my partner, just a good friend. But yeah, Diego really, yeah, just always making fun of him.
As if gay partner.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. But at this point, people might think that, you know, just always just roasting each other. Yeah.
So I want to ask like your childhood, right, bro? How was it like as a child? How was your dad? Was he like from a middle class ke? And then what was your mom doing? And maybe you can bring us back towards your...
Yeah, so both my parents came from really like middle class family. Their parents, both their dads were teachers. My dad's parents were teachers as well. My dad's from Teluk Intan. You know, my mom, of course, was born from KL. So, you know, when my dad moved to KL, then that's when he started his family and whatnot. So
You anak cikgu juga, right?
sorry?
Anak cikgu.
Bukan saya lah, tapi kira bapak I lah.
Oh, bapak you anak cikgu.
Because parents, my grandparents are teachers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Betul. So yeah, very, very simple middle class
And then
family.
your dad, what was he doing?
So my dad studied biology and stuff like that, and so he went to university. So he's always into more of the biological, chemical, you know, that kind of stuff.
So he was working
Yeah, he was working. He's a full company man for the longest time. I think pretty much all his life until his retirement age, he was pretty much a company man. Yeah, he was into enzymes and all that. Salesperson for enzymes.
Well, like your childhood, like, okay, like what was like your car like? You know, what was life like? Was it like middle class ke?
Middle
Middle
class. Yeah.
So you would say you are more successful than your father?
Nah, sure. My dad's gonna hate me. At this age, probably I was. You know, yeah. My parents are like middle class. It's like
I asked that question just to piss him off.
Yeah,
So that you guys have
it's like my parents did just well enough so I could grow up poor around Chinese people.
So among the Indian communities, you are wealthy. Is that what you say? The Chinese, you were like the poor one.
I was like, it's like you live in Subang Jaya. It's like
all you were Subang Jaya boy.
So all
Okay.
Chinese are just like rich, right? So it's like, you know,
Yeah. So I think your childhood, do you think it plays a big role to what you are today?
Yeah, I mean, of course, you know, just growing up, seeing the intensity. Because Subang, again, is like a big Chinese community, and like everyone's like hustling, and they're all doing big businesses and whatnot. And you know, you're coming from a family which is middle class, but you have to understand, Subang Jaya got a very big rich community as well. So like, you know, I mean, you're not struggling or whatever, but you know, you're going to people's houses and their house got aircon and yours don't, and they got drivers pick up you taking the school bus. So you're seeing the differences in these things. So I always felt I was a bit like handicapped or whatever. You wanted more, and like that was a good thing for me, right? And at the same time, the fire is there. But at the same time, also my parents, like, you know, education wise, whatever they provided for me, there was no like
no struggles there.
No struggles in that science, right? So still grateful, we should go, you know, and then, you know, here we are.
How was he like as a father? Was he like a strict father, or was he like always playful, or
both? So that was the best thing lah, kan. Dia macam strict, tapi he's like always like
open, right?
Cracking jokes, you know, like, you know, giving I guess some level of freedom of speech or whatnot, you know. But of course, when it's time to like this is it lah, you know, like I guess any other father should, you know. My mom, on the other hand, was like more at home, especially after when she quit her job. So she was taking care more of like my discipline and things like that. My dad was traveling a lot all the time, so I rarely got to see him. But whenever we come back, he'll tell me all these business stories and all that stuff. That's how I get inspired, lah, you know. Yeah. So from young, he always say like, no matter what, don't work for anyone, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he always said that.
Oh, he's like my father, man.
Yeah, he's like, never work for anyone, you know. And this is someone who's a company man for
Yeah,
his whole
he
life.
was working also.
So he's like, never work for anyone. So that's kind of like the irony, you know, behind this, you know. So
he probably planted that in your mind.
99%.
So he is more successful than you lah in that sense.
I mean, in
because
that sense, probably.
he planted it to you, right?
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
deserves the credit for sure.
So my follow-up question was, how did you started to get the interest in business? Betul tak, Pak?
Betul.
Yeah, things that you remember, right?
Yeah.
From your
Yeah.
childhood.
Did you do it? Yeah, I think
This is it. All right.
Yeah.
Like the father.
Yeah.
the father
So
is-
I mean, basic things. Because again, you like, I always tell my Indian friends and stuff. They always share the stories like, I'm from Klang. It's the hood. It was this and that. And I'm like, bro, that is fair. I'm like, why? Because everyone was poor.
Yep.
yeah, literally.
I said in Subang, do you know how it feels to only be poor there?
The only one.
I said that's even worse because like you're seeing everyone with a new iPhone and this and that, their house got aircon, so it's like and again, no complaints. Like we were not like struggling or whatever, but that Subang's a rich community, so you started seeing things which you wanted, right? And I remember my mom and I wanted to go like tengok movie ke apa, like okay, here's a movie for like the movie. I like popcorn. You don't need to eat popcorn, you just go watch the movie. So the things like that, but that also made me really want to like get good income so that I would never have to like earn and
Have to
pass
think about all
correct
this,
all
yeah.
these things, right? So that was a big role, and so from young at the age of 15 already, I was starting doing like all kind of small work. I was throwing house parties.
Yeah, I read that.
So I was like renting sound and lighting system, and
That
doing,
was
like,
what, at the age of
15,
15, right?
15 I started. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So like really young, and that time was great lah because by that time, time sekolah menengah, okay, my time you dapat macam RM1, RM2, RM3 kan. So imagine by then you like getting hundreds of ringgit, thousands. Bro, at that age you're like balling out, man. Like I would come out of school like buy everyone ice cream and stuff. It was like I was a king in terms of financially, so it's a good feeling, yeah. After being looked down for so long, like mama ni macam ni.
But like at this age, right, 50, how do you have all this courage to actually do all these parties? And these are all the people yang around Subang
And
Jaya.
party ni dengan orang besar ke dengan budak 15?
No, our age lah kan.
Oh, your age,
But those people also will be throwing like house parties and stuff. Right? Maybe their parents or whatever. Just that,
the
sometimes
DJ.
DJ, macam birthday party semua kan. Then
Macam lepak, but big lepak. But you turn it into a party.
So, I mean, I guess so lah. When you have a sound system semua and some DJ come in, I guess you make it into a party kan. And also a lot of school got events macam prom night, ni semua kan. So I was supplying all the sound and lighting for them and whatnot. So I did it just out of like maybe like the.
But how did you get the capital?
Yeah.
I mean, so at that time senang lah. Siapa ada barang, you just be
Saver
like
lah.
subcontractor, you saver, then you mark up a bit, then
Trading lah.
then you maybe come and set up the thing and do your own part and contribute and you make some money. So that's literally how I grew the capital.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you make margin from there and then you
Make margin and roll.
Understand?
So at that age, yeah.
So like when you were doing this, right, bro? Were you family aware of this, or you were doing it behind?
Yeah,
their
they
back?
were aware. And, man, so much of like restriction.
Yeah.
Like dead against it. Especially my dad. But that was almost like you get out of the house if like if you keep on doing this.
No.
Serious?
Yeah, you got to a big
But
fight.
those
whatever.
parties, right? They had alcohol and stuff.
No lah, not at that
No.
age lah. I mean, yeah.
Like for real,
Kids,
lah,
man,
for
yeah.
real.
No, for real. We're kids, man. Come on, yeah.
But-
I mean, these house parties, the parents are there as well. you
Yeah,
know?
some parents.
Yeah, but still, it's not like
Like,
which
especially
parents
the
are like,
especially
Dad,
Chinese.
I want to be a DJ and like and buy sound system and lighting. I think this is the future. Like, who's going to believe in that? Indians are like, you want to be a doctor, lawyer. This is like the standard stereotype, right? My mom wanted me to be a doctor so bad too.
Yeah,
But your dad is like a traditional Indian parent as well, right?
Traditional Indian parent meaning like how? In what sense? Like
This are all you have to.
yeah, I mean, no. Actually,
Very
all they wanted me just to have a good education, because I think that's what safety. Can say, okay, just get a good education, and that was always just like the
requirement.
the requirement, yeah.
Yeah. So after that, when did you start doing like events and like
Yeah.
proper?
Yeah.
Is it after 18 or
After 18, so once I guess
I
graduated
think
from high school.
we're trying to like not tell the truth, bro. Confirm after 18, bukan 17, 16.
Tak ada. Yalah, no.
So maintain legal age.
No lah, no capability. We'll be honest lah. That time Grab pun tak ada, whatever tak ada. But so yeah, it's not about the legality of things, what. But generally, at the age of 16, 17, I was
still
making
studying, ah.
Yeah, I was making so much of money just doing all these school shows, prom night, Leo interactive understanding day, IU day,
IU day, yes.
all these things. So.
All that you
Bro.
supply everything.
I was doing 26 schools a year at one time. It's like
You
insane.
scale
Scaled
it.
up to the max. I was the biggest high school like sound lighting supplier for a while. For a
Were
period.
you like Casey and friends at that time or no?
No.
That was just lighting
just
business,
personal.
just
sound and
sound
lighting
lighting me
business.
around. That's it. Correct. Just supply sound and light. Yeah.
And you not even your own equipment. Oh, just
Correct.
But were you running like a company or?
No
Yeah,
lah.
I mean, not like
Not registered
not
lah.
registered, obviously. You know, at that age, you know. But then, as soon as I was 18, I registered. You know, like yeah.
But I think they still can claim for that profit.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I lost the money. Yeah. It's bad.
Okay, so after 18, what was that like?
After 18, you know, you know, obviously my parents want me to go to, you know, pre-university and whatnot. And I tried doing that. I still remember my first pre-university Mafi. I just flunked it. Not because I wasn't smart. I think I'm a reasonably smart guy. I'm a straight A, 5A, UPSR student. And the moment I went to high school and started doing this thing, I just didn't have the same passion with education anymore. Not that I'm against
Education.
being educated or acquiring knowledge. Just the idea of the
Going to
education
school.
system was not. It didn't appeal to me the way I saw the world moving forward.
Not your ideal lah.
Correct. And because I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, so my idea of what knowledge is to be an entrepreneur is different from what other people might think it is, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Like I always tell people, like, okay, to be a doctor, you have to go to medical school because if you're going to cut someone up, you want to be sure that this person literally has done that professionally. If I want to do business with you, why do I think so you went to business school, you'd be, you know, like able so, you know, the thing, there's a lot of misconception in education as well, you know, yeah.
Faham? So after that,
Yeah, so I
when
went,
you
sorry.
started
So I went to
your-
high school. I went to college. I flunked. Then out of like you know, ego and whatever, I went to a simpler course called CIMP, Canadian International Matriculation, which is like the easiest course okay. And I paid for my own pre-U with my own money because I thought, okay, you know what? Since I flunked this one, I wasted money. I will go and pay this one semester. So I did it. I passed just enough to enter Victoria University, like a local university, Australian one, but it was here in Malaysia. And I for business degree. And after 6 months, every day I was going to the university, and I'm there at that age already making like 10, 15, 20 racks a month. 1,000 a month, right? At the age of like 20, 21 probably.
Yep.
And I'm going there and this lecturer is telling me about business, and I'm just like, man,
don't know
I'm here on my phone, like making all these deals and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, but you're teaching me things which I already know. Like, then it's just demand and supply if we talk about market share. Again. So one day I went to my dad and said, Pa, I'm going to quit college. And he was like so disappointed. And I was showing this book, like, see this
did
all the
he
money.
hit you anything or?
No, he didn't, you know. But anyway, but he's hit me a lot of times before, you know. It wasn't nice. And you know, I sat him down, and you know, he was just super disappointed, and he disagreed that I should have quit college. And but yeah, here I am, man, college dropout.
But at least what you did was you dropped out and you told your parents.
Correct.
Bukan
Correct.
you just prolonged it and then just let your parents pay.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
not going to class and things
Correct.
like that, you know?
Yeah,
I think you
exactly.
did the right thing to tell your parents, and at least you can move on to the next phase of life.
Yeah, because I was too far in already. You know, like I was, you know, already I was like hiring people.
I think if the person is like macam tak ada business, tak tahu nak buat apa, to drop out of
Different
college
lah,
is
right?
a stupid
Yeah.
thing.
Correct.
But if you are
Yeah.
doing something and you know you are doing something with passion already,
Yeah,
you
correct.
know that you are already in that route kan, then I think it's okay.
Betul.
So you know, I tak nak people get the wrong idea lah.
Betul,
Kan
yeah.
dia tengah belajar, dia rasa macam KC buat, aku pun nak drop out
KC
lah.
drop out, I want to drop out
But
too.
it's not for everybody.
Yep.
Kan,
Betul.
some people they have different routes, but KC punya route, alhamdulillah it works out for him.
It worked out.
Kan?
I mean, your parents is like a check and balance as well.
Yeah.
If you
Because
want
they-
to like say no,
Because they
right?
keep you grounded, kan?
Yeah,
Because if they
exactly.
didn't do that, maybe I would have been like too, you know, like exposed to like, you know, just doing it all by myself, and then I would have been zero control. You know, who knows? Maybe I would have done some crazy things and put all my money in something without even having a bit of balance. You know.
Betul?
Yep.
Yep.
Kan? And then what was your business at that time?
Yeah, so
when did you started to be apa a Caprice punya DJ?
Oh, so I think that happened in like 2000 and, man, like 5, 2006. I'm not
You
sure.
were how old?
I was like 21, 20,
Oh,
21.
young
yeah.
lah.
At that time, right?
Yeah,
When you were about studying, right?
Yeah,
Correct,
just
correct.
after.
No, just after. I was a club ambassador where I was bringing people in.
promote like to
Promoter,
promote.
yeah,
lah.
promoter.
Was this the Euphoria?
Yeah, Euphoria by Ministry of
Oh,
Sound.
In
dekat
Sunway,
Sunway,
right? Yeah,
Sunway
Sunway,
with
yeah.
Raskin.
Macam
you know,
kau tahu,
right?
aku tak
No,
tahu.
no.
Yeah.
One of my good friend Raskin, remember?
Yeah.
So I think
Rest
you
in
were.
peace,
you
man.
were-
Raskin Hassan. Yeah.
I didn't know. I read. I read your story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how was like
What the club promoter thing?
what was your journey like?
Yeah, it was great. I was earning so little, 50 cents a person. Nowadays, no way that rate applies. But I was bringing like 2,000 people a night.
Wow.
At that time, on a Thursday night, at that age already. So I already loved doing these
How
things.
did you do it? How did you get so many people?
Yeah,
like,
because
to come?
dude, it's so weird. Like, I would go and print flyers myself and go to Asia Cafe and go to all the colleges and like give out these flyers and say, if you come before a certain time, it's free entry. Like, I'll be promoting myself. I already love promoting events at that age already. Just of course, that time is small scale lah kan, kat club semua kan. But now, of course, we're doing it on a bigger scale. But already at that time, I was doing this. Just passion lah. Like, I think I'm a very hospitable person. I'm the kind of person, if you come to my house, I'll make sure you're very comfortable. Like, you want something to drink, you want something to eat. I come from, I think it comes from my dad as well. My dad also loves to like host events and host people, having people in the house. So that thing has always been automatically like, inbounding.
It's
to
like
me.
natural lah for you
Natural for
to
me.
do all this.
Correct. Just that, why would you do like a club thing? Because that time muda kan. So benda ni lagi exciting, shock. Oh, malam, disco, pop, lampu, happening.
Orang lain pergi party keluar duit, you pergi party dapat duit.
Macam tu better lah. You feel, that's what you tell yourself lah kan. At least I'm making money being out here the streets, man.
Not advocating it. It's just a parental guide. Right?
Party responsibly, kids.
Was it this time that you feel like, this industry is my industry?
Yeah. I felt it.
Or is it even before? Or
No, I mean around that time it's like, okay, I think I really want to do this, and it's exciting. It's like everyone's like good-looking people around you, all these famous people, rich people around you, and you're also making money, and so it just naturally feels like, like I think I should
It's
venture
the
into
life,
this. It's the life. But then I took it more seriously as the years went on, lah.
So you think like throughout this journey, right? What till today that you hold that has impacted you to be who you are today? Is there anything that you memang, you know what I mean?
Like persistency or what? Like for me, when I look at you, I think aku boleh cakap dia ni hard worker lah. Because I don't see you rest, bro.
Yeah.
Because you post every day, right?
Yeah.
I think if not every day, almost every day lah.
So you see.
And you see him like, meeting malam party. Bukan party, malam pergi meeting
Kerja
Malam
lah.
party pun kan.
Kerja lah. Pergi tengok
Ada
tempat.
malam party juga.
Ada malam party juga.
Malam-malam gilik baru. Tak ada.
Kan? So I think,
Yeah, I mean, you guys are entrepreneurs. Like, you like working. Like, do you understand that? Like, like you enjoy putting things together and seeing it grow.
becoming,
So it's like, once you like it, it's not work for you. It's just it's part of life, So, and people get a misconception because everyone's like, bro, you work so hard. You're everywhere. You're always there. I'm like, yeah, but
you're enjoying it.
But also like you guys be surprised. Like, I do actually really rest. When I'm at home, I'm still on my Netflix and like on my group chats with my friends and laughing and whatnot. But it's just that when time kerja tu, the intensity is like super mad. Like, I'm on that work mode. I'm like on 80 group chats and like emails and like
80 group chats.
Yeah, I'm actually in more group chats, but I'm saying 80 group chats a day minimum. I'm on just like
80?
80.
80?
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of
8 outlets,
on,
just outlets alone for restaurant side. So, I'm always like monitoring, maneuvering, moving things around. So, trust me, like there's some days where I just like the whole day I might just like, okay, I'm just gonna rest and chill and whatever. And like,
I have those days.
But sometimes in your work mode, I'll go super work mode lah. Macam mungkin tak makan satu hari pun kerja je. So I'm just like get things done, boom, 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 boom. So when it's time to turn up, I can turn up like that lah, like a switch lah. Yeah. So persistency and also just the joy of like, I hope even in 20 years from now, I'll still be like,
enjoying
excited to do something new, Yeah.
And I think also, right, bro, when you do something that you're passionate about, and then you see it growing, like from besar ni, then jadi besar ni, jadi besar ni, jadi besar ni, it's like living your life purpose, kan? And it's like so
fulfilling,
kan? And why would you want to stop?
Correct. I always tell people, right, it's like, it's not the fact that you made this much of money. It's the fact that the fact that you managed to make that money, and that itself is the biggest joy. Aku dapat manage to do this deal yang got me this money. That actually is more rewarding
the process,
than the
like
process.
How people say, right?
Then actually the money, because the money, it's great, but it goes to your bank account, and of course you can do things with it. But the fact that you got it, that feeling is like, man, I did this and I managed to get this amount of money.
Alright, so I think we are going to go to the next segment after the break. Kan, sekarang ni kita dah cerita pasal your background sikit, how you started off business and things like that. But after this, I want to talk about something a bit more deeper. Maybe we can talk about the businesses that you have, and then the COVID period. I think that must be quite hard also for lounge and nightlife business. So we're gonna take a break and catch us after this break.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alright, welcome back to Apa Cerita. So we're gonna continue our story from just now. So maybe what you want to continue?
Yeah, okay. So before we start into the business story, right? Actually, I want to share with you one story because I've met you, I think, a few times dekat Adib or Ashraf's ni.
Muka sombong lah. Muka air sombong.
Muka sombong. Tapi hari ni baik.
Now I'm prepared.
Tapi not really sombong lah. I would say you have this aura, I always rasa segan actually. You have this like aura orang power lah.
Macam bila aku nampak Tony Fernandez lah. Bila aku nampak Tony Fernandez, aku cakap, uish, Tony nak kita go, tapi macam, tak boleh, dia terlalu cool untuk aku lah. Macam tu lah.
You like the cool kids lah, bro. You can't sit with us.
Is it? No lah, tak ada lah.
Tak
ada. But I feel like my whole life I wasn't a cool kid when I was so young. It's just me coming up, and then one of my best friends, Rohit. Because we all like, Rohit's like
Rampal.
Rohit Rampal. And he's like this big guy, and I was like this small, scrawny Indian fella. So it's like our whole life, we just felt like I wanted to be cool, I mean, and then now I don't think I want to be cool or I'm cool. I just feel like this is what it is, and like,
already cool lah kan.
But you don't push for it anymore.
But it's funny when you say this, because I remember Adik was telling me, macam dulu diorang semua kan bawa
Adib is
kereta.
obviously if you guys don't know, Ashraf's brother.
My brother. So which is how I got to know Casey lah. They're good friends. So and also did business together a few times kan. So Adi was telling me dulu awal-awal tu Casey dia bawa kereta Myvi dia je.
Suzuki Swift.
Suzuki Swift kan. Dia ingat Myvi.
Dia tak kenal. Dia tak tahu pun.
It's like, you so mesti Myvi ke? Dia judge dia. Still Swift lah. Okay.
Ada dia cakap kawan-kawan dia semua bawa SL, bawa apa semua
lah.
kan. Time tu you pun macam you had that fire kan. You nak ni juga kan.
Semua lah. Adik kau tahu semua geng Lambo lah, SL lah ni. Saya pula buat Swift tadi.
Lepas tu dia cakap masa tu kan dia nampak awet je dia akan pergi tegur. Tapi awet semua tak layan dia.
Memang tak layan lah. Aduh kan. Siapa bawa India ni pakai Swift apa lah. DJ pun bukan DJ Caprice. Dia bukan Caprice pun dah.
And then he said, sekarang bawa S-Class awet bro. Jangan cakap awet top superstar pun pernah. Cuma aku tak boleh sebut nama lah. Dia tanya tak boleh sebut. Tak boleh sebut. And then not just that, now the girls are rushing to you bro.
Is it?
So I think yes, like crazy bro, how
180
180 and like salut.
Pasal bab perempuan tu salut. Tadi business semua dah okey je. Pasal perempuan
business tak salut.
Business tak apa, aku pun kaya kan. Tapi bab perempuan ni kasi aku pun salut kau.
Bukanlah bro, daripada budak yang orang tak layan apa semua kan. Boleh jadi kalau pergi mana-mana semua kumul kat dia. Macam this guy has made it in life.
Guys, the success of life is to get to get girls chasing after you. Which means you made it
Respect.
No, I mean if you're Casey at that point kan, kalau you tahulah you punya life macam sekarang at this point, mesti you pun tak percaya bro.
No way. Never in a million years I thought life macam ni.
At that time you know what, one day girls gonna come to us.
Memang dah muka kau selesai ni kali kan.
Okay, now maybe you want to tell apa yang power sangat si Casey ni.
Okay, so from what I read on the internet, right, is like you're the managing director of Privilege Excel Hospitality and Management.
Yeah, right now it's renamed as Continuum Hospitality Group.
Yeah. That's why when I researched, I saw Continuum. Ni company lain. Okay, sounds better.
Yes, Continuum Hospitality.
Itu quite mouthful.
Your best pelik ni yang Privilege Excel ni actually is a dormant company. So that time bila aku ambil nak dapat company yang cheap yang you don't have to
So you tak
do a
set
new
up.
one set up. You take dormant company lah. But I never knew you will
Grow
become
as-
this big.
Understand?
So for the longest time, they say what's your company? Privilege Excel or betul. Because you don't think you're gonna make it kan?
Sama company pun cari
Sebab
domain.
tu kaya, bro.
Janji Senin Berhad okey lah. Ambil nama. Cakap betul tak? Nama pelik pun tak apa kan?
1,500 je Mat.
Tu,
But you have to put like formerly known. So now if it's Continuum,
correct.
formerly known as
lah.
Privilege.
But I think after setahun dia tak payah lagi dah. Betul. Yeah.
After setahun, yeah. And then there's also Lion Music Group.
That is the holding company lah.
Correct. The holding company, correct, yes.
So this holding company also owns Lion Music Group?
No, so Lion Music Group is just my record label, my music and management company on the side I have. Yeah.
That one you partner up with Adib also, right?
Yeah, with Brian and Adib as well. Yes, correct.
Yeah. And then you have Casey and Friends, which is part of Continuum, right?
Correct. Which is now known as Happy Moon, which you guys are seeing all the concerts which I'm doing right now.
All the
All the concerts and all the festivals.
But you know what? I think I still love the KC and Friends.
I know, you know
You know why? Because it
Yeah, but I know. I know where you're going with this. Yeah, I know his secrets too up.
It reminded me of my teenage life.
Betul, yeah. And again, I call it KC that time because like I just felt like it's like macam bit poyo lah, macam like compliment KC and Friends kan. So macam
And because KC had no friends at that time.
Padahal tak ada kawan pun kan. KC and Friends like, so who's the friends? Like this is just me. But how can you call a company just call KC? Can you imagine bringing an artist, right? Let's say like bringing down like Taylor Swift, like and call it KC presents Taylor Swift. Like that doesn't make any sense. So I had to put at least KC and Friends lah. Macam ada kolektif. Tapi syarikat tu aku seorang. Tak ada friend boleh sama dia kan.
But it's okay if people say Ashraf is one of my friends.
Ashraf is one of my friends.
So that's the friends. Big supporter.
No, we just want to understand a bit how
the business structure and what it is.
Yeah, correct. So that when we talk about it,
Sure.
right, we can understand. So all these other brands like Cili Kampung, all this, they are separate companies, is it?
Yeah,
I'm assuming?
they're all separate companies obviously. But then my holding company has usually majority or a subsidiary equity in stake in all these and all these
So
outlet levels.
everything that you own is from this company.
Correct. It's still the parent company goes back to Continuum Hospitality.
Continuum is just you.
Yeah, it's me and I have a funder. Yeah, I can't name his name,
yeah,
but obviously, yeah, he was the first guy.
Oh,
for
maybe
funder.
later you can tell me. Maybe I need a funder also. Maybe then I can grow as big as you.
Okay, so before you started all
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
right? So now we know where everything is everywhere, right? So
Is there anything else there that we haven't mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, so no, it's pretty much all the I have the nightlight division, I have the restaurant division, then I have the music, concert, and festival division as well.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the nightlife division, I think, is one of the biggest
Yeah,
in terms
at
of
least
numbers.
at the start. At least at the start, that is what got me, I guess, successful and have enough capital and to go and venture into other things like my restaurants and whatnot. So and then I was doing it all by myself. Then only during COVID is when I actually seeked out to get an investor to help. Also because it was a downtime for me, right? And then and it's weird because during COVID is when I got invested. No one usually invests during COVID, right? But this is the other way around. During COVID is when I got my biggest investor, and he believed in my vision and he put money in, and then we went
but
into
chop before
Yeah.
COVID. Before
Yeah,
that,
before COVID.
before
Yeah.
COVID, do you do anything else other than these three?
Yeah, so I was already doing concerts and stuff. I was doing things like the White Party. I brought EDM DJs like Steve Aoki.
Wow,
Yeah.
Steve Aoki.
Yeah, Marshmallow, Afrojack,
Afrojack,
DJ
yeah.
Snake, all these guys I was bringing. At the around age of 23, 24, dah buat macam tu lah.
You dah buat all
Dah
this?
buat KL Live, and then I was already opened my own nightlife venue, Prime.
Prime.
Saro.
The very exclusive club, right?
Correct.
200
Yeah,
pack or
yeah.
something.
I tak pernah pergi.
This one I remember.
No, both of us.
Tak pernah jumpa pun.
In fact, that was not how we met.
Hey, remember how you first met, right? So yeah, and all these nightlife venues leading up to COVID.
Do you actually,
Correct,
what do you call that? Aggregating everything.
Yes, and I was also doing small level, mid-sized concerts and stuff. So that's how I built my name.
Did you do any
KC and
locals
Friends
or all
No,
international?
all international at the time. Yeah.
Rohit was the one that does local.
Yeah, Rohit does local stuff now. Even back then he was doing Bollywood actually. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, and then I remember you did concert for Neo.
Betul. Yeah, that's
And
recently.
that
yes.
was big also.
Yeah, huge.
That was huge. And then recently also with Blue.
Yeah.
That
Blue,
was
the boy
crazy.
band. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I was at the front row. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes.
And one thing that I have to mention lah, if John is watching also, and
Yeah.
Casey always give me free tickets.
Okay, first of all, no one gets anything free, right? So,
He's expecting something, man.
Yeah, but I always get bro. And like apa, no lah. I mean like always like inviting me to his
always inviting,
events and things like that kan. So I think benda tu pun membuatkan dia, you know, kawan-kawan dia pun nak support.
Betul.
You know, he gets more support lah kan.
Correct.
Pemurah lah Casey ni.
Actually, ada bank seat kosong no time tu.
But one thing I want to say kan, dia kan kasih aku the best seat bro.
Betul lah.
Dia akan letak aku paling depan, paling cantik kan. Aku ada sekali tu aku bagi concert tiket dekat my cousin. She was surprised. Paling depan ni. And all thanks to Casey. So thank you so much, Casey.
Sekali-sekala dia.
But I will support the next one.
Thank you. Important tu.
I paid double.
I remember. At least I bagi. Kalau John Level tu tak bagi.
John Level tak bagi. Dia semua beli
Adik pun tak bagi.
Adik pun tak
But we
bagi.
should do a pure segment on this about giving out free tickets and free guest list for events and how annoying is it for organisers. No, kalau bagi tak apa. Ni bagi. Ni orang minta. Pelik. Memang pelik. Betul-betul pelik.
I mostly you offer lah.
Offer tak apalah. Ini sometimes pelik tau. Dia macam aku tak faham. Macam I buka kedai makan, orang tak makan, dia happy to bayar kan.
Yeah.
Tapi ni pula, hey bro, I might be coming for your concert. Yeah, okay.
Might be coming.
Yeah, might be okay, cool. Like, hey, can I get some tickets? And of course, and I already know what they're asking kan. So aku instead of saying yes, aku hantar ticket link. Here you go, bro. Here you go, bro. And I go, must buy, bro. Yeah, that's how a concert works, bro. You buy a ticket, you sit down, you watch the show, have a good time. Kan? So like people got this bad idea like, kalau concert je
free.
Tapi macam ada cost buat concert tu.
Betul.
Kena bayar duit artis,
Yep.
flight lah, hotel lah, production
Sound
lah.
like.
Beratus ribu sampai juta pun ada. It's like it's a lot of things. So if like you kena ingat, kalau you datang, you to ambil seat tu, actually seat tu is actually revenue for us. We could have sold it somewhere else. So you know, people sometimes don't get this thing, you know. So they always feel like, aku kenal dia, kenapa dia tak boleh macam ni kan. Apa pasal sombong? Ni business. Kau nak datang dekat rumah aku, boleh lah. Datang rumah aku pergi hidangan teh lah, makan lah semua. Pasal rumah I, ni personal. You my friend, I respect you. But ni aku buat business, perniagaan. So how can you expect me to rugi duit untuk senangkan hati kau? So it doesn't make sense. So this is the daily struggles I go through every time, even with friends lah, you know.
Betul. I think next nak buat concert pun kan, I don't think I should ask for free tickets lah.
No lah. We all should pay, man.
You all should pay if you want to
Should pay
support.
more.
But if
Betul.
someone invites you, then that's fine.
fine
That's
lah.
different lah kan.
But kalau you tak minat sangat artis tu ke apa, tapi kalau betul-betul nak pergi, kena bayar kan.
Beli lah, support kan.
Support lah kan.
Macam
Support.
sometimes ada friend recently my Pink Fish Festival pun. I always say macam tak faham kenapa why do you need free ticket? So of course some of them macam
Is it expensive the ticket?
Nah, not really. You know, I mean depends on what tier
See,
you're getting. Like I got some friends, like my really old friends, kan. They macam, hey bro, I want to come festival, I support. I don't have this budget to buy the normal ticket. Tapi boleh tak kau upgrade? Okay, benda tu pun I boleh macam still
okay
bagi macam
lagi
okay lah, at least kau nak support lah kan. Macam baik lah kan. Okay lah. Aku bagi kau tapi aku upgrade VIP. Aku still boleh buat itu kawan kan, kawan lama kan. Ni macam dah pernah lepak sekali dua je. Bro, can you arrange for me the guest list? Then I say, why bro? Because I want to come and see a festival. Okay, like, yeah, but why do you need a free ticket? Bro, no, like, must pay, bro. Like, well, isn't that like, people can be just like in their own zone, like, don't even understand what you're going through on the other side, you know, like, you know.
In the end, we have to remember it's also a business.
It's a business, bro.
Ada cost, ada opportunity cost.
Our first Pink Fish Music and Arts Festival, and you know, I can say this obviously, is like we lost money. The first one. Yeah, because we're a 3-year plan. You know, you always, when you do a festival brand, you need to be able to lose money to build a brand first. I mean, like any other business,
So you
right?
can maximize it.
Correct. And like, imagine how awkward is it? You're at the festival and it's like 8 to 10,000 people there, and everyone's coming to you, hey bro, congratulations, man, congratulations. You're like, thanks, man. not doing the back of the mind, you've lost like hundreds of thousands of ringgit, because that's real reality, and you gotta take that in, you gotta accept it, you know, like live with it, and then keep improving the brand, you know, try to churn numbers until it gets profitable, you know. So there's so much of things, you know, behind the concert works. Yeah.
So leading up to before COVID, you already did
Yes.
this whole. When was this all set up? Like Excel,
Yeah.
all throughout.
All
there,
throughout,
right?
all before
But I
COVID.
think you weren't in F&B before COVID. Am I right? I'm guessing.
Well,
based on-
I mean, nightlife is also part of F&B, but we talk about pure restaurant business. Like, that was only during COVID. Yeah.
yeah,
You want to go into the COVID time?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the COVID time I think must be quite hard for you lah, because I think at that time you didn't have the F&B business yet.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep. I wasn't
Yeah.
in restaurant business yet.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
Mostly the
You had
lounges.
you had
nightlife.
some beverage business but not so much food at that time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was more of lounge and bars.
Correct. Yeah,
and
lounge and
whatnot.
bars and nightlife.
Yeah,
Nightclubs
and then
whatnot. So yeah.
I remember, bro, at that time, like you were doing so well, like your bars, apa semua lounge, apa semua. It's just everything you touch was just gold lah at that time.
Yeah. I still
Like-
feel like that though, man.
Yeah, every time when you do something, it
Yeah.
becomes like a super
Yes,
huge thing for
yes,
especially for the KL crowd.
Yeah.
And then boom,
Yeah.
COVID. You had to
yes.
close down every single thing.
Everything.
Every
It's
single
like
thing.
insane.
Yeah.
And we were the last to open.
Because
Literally.
phase 4,
Yeah, you
right,
can
for
literally
all.
see like, when you go to the, was it the KDN website or
Yeah,
whatever the
that's
website
the
is.
timeline thing.
The timeline thing. And then you can see like, and then every phase 1, phase 2 like, okay, ni boleh buka kecuali ni. And then for the longest time, everything buka kecuali jam hiburan malam. We were the last one to open. So it was 2 years.
Took too long
Took
for you.
too long. It's like
But
a
how
struggle.
did you manage? How did you maneuver that, man?
Yeah,
Obviously, first you feel like, okay, you know what, you got savings, you'll be okay. And then you think like, okay, 1 week, 2 week, then tengok PM announcement, okay, sambung lagi, extend lagi. Susah, betul-betul susah that time. First time I went to like real depression. Kan,
You went into depression?
Yeah, man. Nak bayar
Gaji
gaji staff. People don't know this, but I took a personal loan. I took a personal loan, like, and for the bank.
Of how much?
I can't say exactly how much, but
Is it like puluhan ribu?
no, but beratus ribu juga.
Oh,
Yeah, had to. Yeah. Because, and then my dad was there. So he said, you want anything? And I said, no, this is my thing. I will figure this out. I said, the moment if I took money from you, then I will never be able to say that I did this 100% my own from start to finish. Because I would say in between I got help from my parents and I don't want that. Not that they didn't offer me that, and I
Oh,
know
they
they
did,
came
eh?
from good hands. But I did. I took my own personal loan.
But your dad offered to
yeah,
give
he
you
did,
money?
he did. Yeah, he did. My dad's always there if I need him, like financially or in any
just
way.
belum tap.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever want to tap.
Never
also.
want to
I don't
tap.
think I ever want
Probably
to tap
you
as well.
want to let him tap on you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. He will tell me, right, I'm going to tap on you. So. he's like, yeah.
Let him tap.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was very, very tough for us because everything is shut down and, all your staff are... See, kalau macam restoran pun kan.
Sorry, I want to ask. At that time, how many outlets did you have?
Dua je.
Oh, dua. Which it was?
Saro and Saka.
Okay.
Correct. And I'm a holding company.
So you didn't close down lah.
We didn't close down, but we're still paying rent. I mean, you can imagine, like, you are paying rental.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Saro is at
2 years.
Pavilion tau. Pavilion punya sewa.
Pavilion elite, bro.
Yo. So it's like sebulan, 2 bulan. Imagine kalau tiba-tiba macam setahun punya sewa macam mana? Imagine. Kat mall ni bukan macam shop lot 3-4 ribu tau.
Yeah.
So it's about beratus ribu. So you're like, and then if you want to close the business, jual pun takut what if you fikir, oh no lah, maybe COVID ni tak lama lagi. So you sayang kan?
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty. So macam nak buat apa ni? So macam stress. Me and my partner, I even we had to like had to end up buying him out because he also wanted to exit the business. And at that time, to find money to also buy him out, it's like so much.
But like all these outlets, they didn't give you like rental leeway or
Rental leeway
Ada lah.
30% lah. Tapi
30% lah.
30% pun like say,
Still.
bukan shop lot.
Yeah. True.
Shopping mall, pavilion. Sewa tinggi.
Crazy.
So 2 years you had to just pay lah.
1 year lah, because I mean there was a period where suddenly, because we had a kitchen, you can still do food, but you can't have any hiburan.
You did Grab.
Yeah,
You
and,
did
and
food Grab,
you
right?
cannot do hiburan and it's tough because macam restoran tak apa, at least you can still do Grab. Ni macam bar, lounge, nightlife. Kau nak Grab
Grab
apa?
apa?
Macam
you have to be there.
you have to be there to enjoy, So it's like a live concert venue lah. If time COVID die, yeah. So we were the most affected industry was actually us, and the last
Other
to
than
reopen.
airlines
Yeah,
Airlines, but airlines quite fast. We
recovered.
But
So
recovered
you guys
back.
paling lama
They
lah.
still had
the longest lah.
we were the final industry to open was nightlife. This is on record.
Yep.
So I mean, it is what it is. Of course, I wish there was more like support and grant for the government for our industry, but I get it. This is the reality. So keep it moving.
But like all staff and all that, do you maintain
Yeah, I
them
actually
or-
managed to maintain all my staff. All my staff I maintain. I know, it's like I said, I even had to go take out personal loan to just pay their salaries and whatnot. And but it was also like a blessing like I feel like, I don't know about you all, but time COVID ni yang saya tahu, actually kan, tak payah banyak staff pun, you got the skeleton crew pun boleh buat semua kan. So when I reopen back kan, I know the capability of my staff and all this efficiency semua kan. Kau nak hire top rank people ni pun boleh, tapi macam you know actually your other people can also
deliver.
Can multitask and semua kan. So it was a good lesson in that sense you know.
Yeah. So I wanted to masa I remember you telling me like lepas masa COVID tu you went away for holiday.
Yes.
Not for a bachelor party with Ama.
This is leading to Cili Kampung story. Okay,
so maybe you can tell us about this story.
Sure. So here I am with like zero income. All your nightlife venues are closed. And you're just depressed, right? And that time, you got the thing called a Langkawi bubble. You only can fly to Langkawi or something.
Yeah.
So everyone is going to Langkawi lah, kan? So my good friend of mine, Ama Halim, he was having his bachelor party. He's going to get married. I don't know why I get married in COVID, Ama, but anyway, good for you, I guess.
Cheaper and don't need to invite so many guests.
But yeah, he's going to get married and it's his bachelor party. So we all went down to Langkawi and with common friends and the guys who were on my same flight but were also attending Ama's bachelorette was my friend Joe Frizzo, rapper Joe Frizzo, and Atif, right, another friend of ours. So, you know, we landed Langkawi and I'm just like, okay, let's just go to the office. So we rented a car and we're like, hey, let's just go to the hotel lah. And Atif was like, no, we have to go to this place called Cili Kampung. So you have to. I said, tak nak aku macam apa nak makan masakan bernama Cili Kampung. I mean, this is the best food you ever have. You know, like, no, I know my kampung food, but just like, I mean, Langkawi lah. If you want to like, you know, go and like, you know, party, have fun or like, you know, go and sightseeing, jet ski kan, apa kan. So, we have to go makan Cili Kampung ni. So, I just, okay lah. I tu teman lah. Because dia the one driving the car kan. So, pergi pula tiba. Kedai bukan besar pun. Kedai kecil je kan.
Kedai kampung ke? Kedai kampung.
Dia bukan kedai kampung lah. Ni partner aku ni.
But the actual is like just a kedai.
Memang dia hiasan tu is to give the authentic feel lah kan. Tapi kedai kecil kan. Macam by the tepi jalan macam tu je kan. So, pergi dia ada queue pula. Macam apa queue kat sini pula. Pergi pula, masuk lah. Dalam ada Sultana, Permaisuri ni semua lah. Orang-orang famous lah ni kan. Makan tapi pegang semua macam LV semua. Macam apa ni kan. Then I tried the food and I was like, okay, this is the best Malay food I've ever had in my life. Like real talk. I was like, wow, this is like out of this world lah. Straight away I said, I must mati-mati pun kena bawa this brand to Kuala Lumpur I said, I'm so good at my marketing part and how to build a restaurant ID, interior design. I said, if I can do this, I said, I think it'll be like the next big thing. So when I said, I know I have the support from all of my artistry friends and everything. Because I mean, I'll be honest, sometimes like even I own like bars and like lounge and whatnot and concerts and all these things, and I got artist friends also come, but sometimes they also they cannot officially support because I respect our sensitivity and whatnot. But I see if I do this business, they can publicly support like kau kan.
Those are the free tickets, bro.
Yes, those are free tickets, man. Helps out, man. Like when I ask up, my concert, Psalm 41, can you please tell the story? He said, done, bro, say less. So it took us about 8 months before we finally got the deal made, and I also brought in another partner. Yeah.
8 months?
Almost 8 months because it was a lot of back and forth. And there's also COVID. So kita pun tengah time COVID. So macam nak buka sekarang time COVID, betul ke boleh ke jadi? But then itulah problem kan, macam funding lah, ni lah. So macam a lot of things going through my head. But I said, this thing I think will be a sure hit lah. Because masakan kampung ni is like what you usually eat at rumah kan. But whenever you go to restaurant, it's always like high-end Malay food is like not the same. It's always be like Thai mix ni, whatever.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I want to share. You know how I am, right? I don't really eat nasi and things like that kan. And I think in 2021 kot, I went with a business punya with business all my business friends lah.
Betul.
Dr. Azizan, apa semua Rich Works punya tu. And then they brought me to Cili Kampung. At first I was like, nak kena pergi kedai Melayu, makan Melayu apa ni kan.
Apa kau Melayu lah bro?
And then I lagi takut sebab
apa ni?
I want some pizza ke
betul
apa
lah,
kan. I want my food or seafood.
Maybe you love your western food
or seafood lah bro kan. Dekat Langkawi kan. Why are we going to this Cili Kampung apa semua?
Ni pakai rumah je kan.
And tapi bro at that time everybody was like hype up gila nak pergi sana. And I was like okay lah. Then I went And then bro, sampai sekarang Cili Kampung is the only Malay food yang I makan kat luar.
See.
I don't eat sambal, right? But I eat your fish, apa yang ada sambal kat fish tu. Ikan apa orang panggil?
Ikan siakap ke tenggiri?
Siakap tu. Siakap yang ada sambal tu kan. I eat it there.
Yes.
You know apa tumpuk yang
Asal lemak.
Asal lemak apa semua kan. So for me sambal petai bro, I've never eaten sambal petai my whole life bro. But because of dia punya rasa bersih tu bro.
Betul.
Rasa bersih, rasa authentic. You rasa macam it's like mak I masak. Of course mak I masak kat rumah I makan lah. My mom cooks a lot of great food lah, Malay food kan. Mak masak makan. But kat luar I selalu takut about the cleanliness kan. So Cili Kampung managed to change my habits lah. Makan punya habit ni kan. Now even sekarang tiba-tiba kalau lunch lapar, I still go Cili Kampung. Kan makan Cili Kampung. You know, orang tak paksa I pun pergi makan Cili Kampung because I enjoy the food. So I think
you feel safety standards.
the safety standard, everything, quality, everything kan. So I think you've done, you've spot on lah bila you nampak benda ni kan. I wish I have seen it. I saw it before you.
You saw the shop before.
I saw the shop before but didn't do anything lah kan.
Betul.
You did the action, so
Thank
that's
you
why
man. Thank you man.
millionaire.
So shout out to my partners too. Mama Along, you know, the pengasas for Cili Kampung for giving me the opportunity. I pun macam bersyukur lah, you know, dapat something like that kan. And bukan senang pun nak convince orang, because I pun macam siapa mama ni, you know, macam apa dia buat kelab malam lah ni, pub lah kat Saro pavilion, like boleh ke this guy, you know, can actually take it to the next level and
Did that contribute to the 8 months?
Of course, convincing them, whatever, and then the planning, you know, the negotiations semua, because again tak ada
to get the funding juga masa tu pun duit mesti tak ada.
So tak ada experience pun kan nak buat restoran, you know, so there's a lot of back and forth, you know, and sometimes it almost didn't happen, then it happened, so you know, sometimes these deals take longer and it's, you know, easier said than done lah, you know. And then finally when I took it, you know, how to rebrand it, to put the thing together, to build the design and ID, and we are proud. You know, we are the first one I felt to take Masakan Kampung to the next level lah. You know, and shopping mall level lah.
It's the authentic Masakan Kampung bro.
Betul.
It's not authentic. It's not the high end Malay type of.
No, it's not. Macam ada sweet sour. Macam ni pula. Macam you restoran, dia say Malay food, then tiba-tiba got sweet and sour fish pula. Macam apa ni? Macam tiba-tiba ada broccoli pula kan. Tak ada. We are authentic, like full 100% authentic Malay food.
And quite ni lah Indian punya founder.
Not Indian founder. Not Indian founder. Founder orang negeri still sama. Just that saya owner. Just that saya, I'm the person who took it to scale it to KL with my founders lah. You know, Mama Long stuff. So in that sense lah.
But it's actually Malay punya ni lah.
Yes. Masakan Melayu. It's actually Masakan Melayu asli.
But I think kan, that's the beauty of Malaysia.
That's the beauty of Malaysia.
You can partner with anybody.
Anyone, you know, you got Datuk Lee Chong Wing owning Banana Leaf. You know, you got Chef Wan. Their partners are also like Chinese, and he focus on the food. They focus on the pemasaran. Same thing me, you know.
Asia, Datuk Din, Tony, Indian Malay.
Exactly. You know, so that's the thing. You come together. You know, I mean. I think everyone got their strength. Like, you know, Mama Alu, my pengasas, and my partners, Anwar Aziz, they focus more on the food and R&D, and then I do what I'm very good at, which is expansion and pemasaran. So stick to your strength lah, you know what I mean? And then, you know, and now we're in, you know, now in KLCC. For me pun macam emotional tau. Macam I'm young growing up, going to malls, and now I'm in like pavilion
in the mall,
and you know I have outlet, then I'm in KLCC on the 4th floor, and I'm thinking like, yo, I managed to do this, and aku buat Cili Kampung. Dari tempat tu, you know, like from Langkawi, but sama-sama semua partner, semua pengasas kita, semua all work together, and now we are in KLCC. It's like a dream come true, you know. For food, you like this is like the pinnacle lah.
Man, and for me bro, it's just the start, man, for Cili Kampung.
Yeah, it's just the start.
There's no Cili Kampung in Johor yet. There's no Cili Kampung in Melaka yet.
You know, maybe Singapore, in London one day, I'm sure.
And in the US. Everywhere lah bro, in the world. The world is your oyster, man, for food.
But how long has Cili Kampung been in KLCC?
Cili Kampung has been there for, Cili Kampung was finished in Langkawi. They've been there for 5 years.
Only?
Yeah. But they got super famous during the pandemic, because during the pandemic, semua orang pergi Langkawi. So it just blew up, became, you know, viral for its own reason, and I was just the person, I guess, who took the opportunity and was consistent on making this deal happen. KLCC, we just opened like, I think now 4 months. We're opening in Alamanda Putrajaya next.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The government punya market lah, itu bagus tu.
I guess so. Close to all the government side as well.
All the government punya meetings and all that.
All meetings.
Yeah. Betul.
But how do you like maintain your quality or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's
common.
so not easy at all.
Oh, kan?
Because you know lah, masakan Melayu ni macam dia always say macam guna air tangan
Agak-agak,
kan.
right?
Agak-agak air tangan kan. So it's like
No, but I don't think you guys agak-agak, right? You guys have measurements.
yeah, we
and
have
stuff,
measurements and whatnot, you know, but it's not like pasta where it's like okay, sedikit olive oil, garlic, ni, 100 gram lah, yeah, man, yeah. World chef jago. So yeah, it's but also the beautiful thing about Cili Kampung kan, macam ni aku memang respect mama lah kan. Dia macam kalau pergi Cili Kampung ni actually ada 5 item je tau, the mains. Masak lemak, sambal petai, sambal cili api, masak kicap, asam pedas. Most restoran pergi dia kalau benda menu macam 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 page, banyak benda. Mama macam so first time bila I buat benda ni macam mama kita kenalah macam banyak pages ni macam Chef Wan semua, which is great too by the way. Baru macam mama cakap Casey, mama percayalah mama, 5 item ni je yang mama betul-betul pandai, tapi benda ni memang tak boleh layan orang, tak boleh beat. You kan selama-lama ni buat beli-beli 5 item ni je, you will be forever full. True enough lah. These 5 item je. So that way consistency
And
lagi bagus.
tukar dia punya meat je.
Tukar dia punya meat je.
Ikan,
Ikan ni je.
ayam kan.
So I think from that thing pun dia inspire small SKU. Tapi this is the best. 5 ni je. Tapi so every time go Cili Kampung, I got customer tiap minggu pergi Cili Kampung tau. For the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
And I'm not going to change it. I mean, we might introduce some seasonal items here and there, but sometimes something works, just don't change it.
Yeah.
But you know, I read this case study also. Like all these big brands, they do the same. You know,
Betul.
Like McDonald's, you only have cheeseburger, a quarter pounder,
Yeah.
all this stuff,
Betul.
right? Anywhere in the world, sama.
Correct.
Lain semua is just marketing.
Yeah.
Correct.
So Mama from Langkawi could actually have this.
She's
kind of
smart,
mentality.
she's
Wow,
smart.
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's how. That's. I mean, I like to watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay stuff, right? Gordon also does the same thing. They
Betul.
keep the menu simple, but even Fatty Crab, man, the oldest restaurants kan, semua dong menu tak besar. Menu besar ni you tend to screw things up.
Yeah.
Correct.
My
But-
favorite show to watch on YouTube is Kitchen Nightmare.
Yeah, I love it. And one thing also, I remember last time you post video macam mana cara dia orang masak, and it looks so clean.
Betul,
And
betul.
everything is like ada dia punya section,
Betul. Professional lah.
professional
yeah.
and like
we brought
you
the professional standards.
Professionalism
But masakan
into-
kampung.
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, amazing. So, you know, you said that Cili Kampung is probably one of your biggest success, right?
It's bigger success to not say financially. Of course, my other business have given me more money financially. But in terms of my most proudest thing probably is that lah, because it's something which is to the mass market, and I feel I can scale up tomorrow, one day to maybe even London or Australia, US.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one of my most proudest, let's say, venture. Like,
But do you
in that
think
sense.
that's bigger than your lounge business?
In terms of brand, yes, 100%.
But in terms of financial?
Financial, probably at this point, is still my nightlife and my concert business. Financially, my concert business is very, very profitable. But in terms of long term, I see this is the business yang boleh 10, 20, 30, 40 one day. You know, we already have ideas now to start doing our own sambal paste, our own central packing kitchen system, semua, you know. So hopefully that happens very soon.
Amazing. All right, bro. I want to move on a bit to the next part lah, which is more on your music punya career.
Betul.
Yep.
Kan you did Lion Group.
Yeah, Lion Music Group,
And
yeah.
then I think you did a lot of things also prior to that, right? And maybe one of the one that I rasa macam worth untuk kita mention juga adalah Dollar. Kan, I think not many people knew that
Not many
you
people know.
and Brian were the one that founded
Co-founded
Dollar.
in a way. Yeah, correct.
Dollar.
I don't say co-founded, but I would say took the risk lah on them at the start. You know, I mean pretty much Universal Music Group, Universal Music Malaysia. They had a list of artists which they were willing to consider to join venture with us, because you know some artists macam okay, kalau established artist macam contoh Tok T, you know, Tok Reza, there's no need to JV dengan siapa-siapa. You dah tahu dah artis besar kan. So we just invest ourselves lah, whatever. Memang whatever you put
Confirm.
confirm
Yeah,
kan.
yeah.
So kalau artis yang new ni, okay, you know, maybe we do a 50-50 with Lion Music Group. So we saw a list of artists available that we could do as our first joint venture with Universal. And when I saw the Dollar Gold Group, I straight away said there's something
You can
special here lah.
visualize.
I really could envision that they will be huge lah. Not this big, but I said mati-mati. So I said me and Brian will know how to like put the music package together for them, which is what we did. The first single, Dollar Make You Wanna. We knew that we saw the potential, so we invested 50 with the Universal, and of course it has paid off in a big way for the girls, for Universal Music, and also for us as well. We also gained a lot from their success as well.
I heard also that apa song that they first released was meant for another artist.
Yeah. It was.
Dola Make You Wanna.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Patutnya Killa Make Me Wanna.
Yeah.
Killa Make You Wanna.
Something like that, right?
Supposedly,
it was. I think it was Killa Make You Wanna. Yeah.
Killa was one of your artists.
Yes. Yeah. So she was part of Light Music Group, and the song was actually written for her. But obviously,
But that song became a hit.
Dola Make You Wanna?
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
That was the first big hit.
That was
Yeah.
the first big hit. And they always say kalau debut you tak hit, not say langsung tak boleh, but it's very difficult to like to come back up. So Dola had a huge first single which blew up, and ever since then their career has just been like like
amazing.
Up,
Actually,
up,
I'm one of the fans,
I'm sure you are.
I saw them masa Raya punya show tu kan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
They came for our annual party.
Oh, yeah,
December.
everybody, man. Everybody.
everyone is comes to our party.
This one tak payah jual tiket pun tak jemput. Mau aja.
That one, no, it's exclusive. Right?
Can I be invited for the next party?
Boleh cerita lah. We can talk.
Yeah. So that was an interesting time. Obviously, when Dola got the song and they blew up, and it's just amazing seeing where they are now. I'm so happy that I was part of their earlier journey lah.
Yeah. Is there any other groups that you founded?
I wouldn't say founded, but we managed a bait for a while, which were like EDM DJs, and we had a breakthrough single which got signed in the UK and the US called One I Love. So I was doing the music business very aggressively. Then when Brian, my partner, had to go to Cuba to take care of his dad who's not feeling well, then I put a big break on it and just focus, especially during COVID, to just focus purely on the F&B and the hospitality group of things, because I felt like I need to be stable in that first. But then now we have plans to rebrand the label and relaunch it back with new artists. So hopefully that happens in the next few months.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So maybe I want to check with you, like I read also like your partners with Rowan. So,
yeah.
So is Rowan just like a business partner, or are you guys like best friends?
No, one of my best friends. And he has his partners with me in a few of our ventures on the subsidiary level.
But he's not part of the Continuum.
No, he's not. He's not.
Hey, you guys did play together, right?
No, I was never in Play. I was just a promoter at that time. Yeah. So Play was his own, basically, we're partners in Circa and Alibi, and
He's partner there.
yeah, and also he's also I would say in a way like a mentor, inspires me a lot. He also at a very young
He started before you, right? I remember when.
He started owning his own stuff before me, I would say. But if you talk about being in the business, probably around the same time lah. He's a bit older than me. Not a bit, maybe I think about 9 years older than me. But we do great things together, and he's always we're always hanging out, and he's so different from me in some way, in a good way. Like he got great discipline. He'll be always the guy on time. I'm always a bit more late. I'm a bit more reckless. I might forget things.
He's married.
But he's married, so that's one good sign. I'm not. So yeah.
Okay.
That's a homie for sure.
So for now, like all this is set up, right? What do you see like in the future with Pinkfish Festival and like all your businesses? What's next for you?
So I think next is like now I think we're going to go aggressively back into entertainment because I think I've stabilized my F&B structure reasonably well. To the point that I rasa I boleh spend a bit more of time going back to entertainment, which is my first love lah in a way. So I'm going to reinvest back more into the label, more into the shows. We got but I think we have 2 shows this year. Psalm 41, which you just announced.
Yeah.
Rohit, Hitman.
When is that? I'm a big fan. Psalm 41.
Yeah. I think tadi bila cakap pasal best friend tu kan. I think Rohit is his best friend.
Really?
Yeah, Rohit. Rohit and Rohit are my best friend. But you're right. Rohit is like my childhood friend in a way lah. From the age of 15 we are the reason I think we compete with each other every day in a healthy way.
You guys are same age, is it?
Same age,
Bro,
same
this guy
class.
also as macam gila macam ni juga bro.
I met him before at Lashan.
Power gila bro. He has like probably the biggest sound and like
Hitman
right?
One of the biggest AV collections, especially in LED and lighting.
Like everything he does is huge bro.
Yeah.
Betul lah.
Yeah,
He does
betul.
things. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. He's such
and
a...
he's great, bro, at what he does.
He's so good at what he does,
Amazing,
man.
man.
He's like
Super.
such an entrepreneur, and like to be honest, in the past few years, I think he scaled up like
Crazy.
gila, like probably even bigger than me, to be honest. And I'm so proud of him, man. Like honestly, like he's such a hustler, such a workhorse, and he actually is a bigger visionary than even me, though.
Yeah. That's why I say he's huge, bro.
Yeah.
Everything he does is
Everything
huge.
is just big,
His
man.
mind, everything is just like, you know.
Yeah. So what's next, right? Do we
Oh,
answer
yeah,
that?
what's next? Yeah. No, I mean, I can talk about the things as well. Yeah. So, Cili Kampung, I guess, we're doing a sambal paste. That's hopefully is going to come up in the near future. I think we're going to go into other territory. Maybe we're going to go into Penang, maybe Johor, maybe Singapore. So there's plans for that.
Looking at growing the brand now.
Growing the brand, me in a personal level, I want to take a bit more of like, I think, traveling more. Last time I didn't. My whole mindset has changed, and of course, I'm always a company man first, but I also realized now to like try to delegate more things. Like for example, about my company, I give you example, like my group GM gets paid higher salary than me, bro.
No.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that. And,
going to run the show.
Correct,
right?
because like, and you see some of these big MNCs and big all these big companies in the world, you actually will see that. A lot of their CEOs might earn more money than them because you have to understand, like, if they're not getting equity, they got to get paid very well. So I'm a firm believer of that. Structure for me is like everything. So now that my structure is, I think, slightly better, I'm going to spend a bit more of time traveling and whatnot.
I think that's a great thing to do, Like I think we are the same also. Like the past few years, I pun macam banyak just kerja.
Because kita takut apa tau? Takut kalau drop handbrake ke, then the pace drop benda tu akan drop. Market share orang akan ambil. So macam I everyday work lah, New Year Eve ke ni ke birthday ke apa, kerja. Takut sangat jadi orang biasa. Tak salah orang biasa, but for my standard tak boleh lah. Like my dream, my vision kan semua. So kerja. I pergi holiday London 3 malam balik. Macam tu.
Holiday.
Fly.
Not even business
no,
trip.
13 hours fly, 3 days holiday, come back. I kalau holiday tak lagi lama dari 3-4-5 hari. I will get like macam shaky dah, macam kena kerja. So macam tu lah.
Yeah, but I think if you take this step to apa lepas ni travel apa semua, bro, you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna see so much bigger. You're going to get inspired balik. Kan? So I think it's something that, of course, kalau you baru start, you pergilah hustle dulu. But I think at one level, you can,
you need
take that step back to let your team also run by themselves to see if they can manage.
And then you also realize like you don't want to just see all these things when you're much older. Like you also want to you want to see things also when you're young.
At least it's a testing period lah. Kan? Then you come back, you can fix it lagi. Apa yang tak betul apa semua kan. So I think
all of that, right?
Yeah, I think I support lah your decision. And if you want to go anywhere, just let me know.
For sure, man.
And my wife would let me.
Yes.
Alright, so I think we take another break. Just before we have like some simple question for you after this, but we call the segment hard questions. And then we're gonna wrap up the show soon. So next is our last segment. So make sure you guys
stay tuned.
Us. Yes.
Alright, so welcome back to Apa Cerita podcast.
Yes.
Right, so before we continue, I want to remind you guys again one more time, if you don't mind, please subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe.
Yes.
And, share dengan kawan-kawan, dengan makcik-makcik, everybody lah, friends, family and everybody. Kalau benda ni mendatangkan
manfaat,
you have to share it. Kalau tak, berdosa besar kan. Yalah, manfaat ni kan. Kalau you tak share dengan orang lain, you seorang simpan diri you, tak bagus, dosa kan. So please do help us.
Yes. Okay. So let's explore some hard questions. Not really hard, but more interesting, like random questions lah, I would say, right? Yeah. Alright, so because you've been in all these businesses, like, lounge businesses, I'm pretty sure there are like some crazy nights or crazy things. Moments. So I think it'd be nice to hear for
maybe 1 or 2 stories.
Yeah, 1 or 2 stories.
Okay. Story time, guys.
Yes.
Okay, nightlife. Okay, I think one story I can say. Nightlife one. Okay, so got 2 good stories.
Okay.
I think one was I was a DJ kat Roots. Lot 10 that time, right? It's like a nightlife venue as well. And
It was the biggest club in KL lah.
that time.
That time.
Everywhere you touch is gold.
Itulah first time aku jumpa Up. Tak ada. Ada api semua keluar kan. Dulu saya DJ ada api lah.
Dia tekan tu.
Produk
Sini,
saya semua.
aku boleh pergi tau. Dia cakap, you wanna press? Press lah.
Api keluar. Happy sangat. Tapi kids don't play fire.
Only when it's allowed by the DJ.
So I was a DJ at Roots that time. So time ni Justin Bieber came to Malaysia lah kan.
Wow.
First time and kan the next time he did I think cancel ke postpone kan. So
I think we brought them that time Tune Talk. It was during Tune Talk time.
Wow. So kita use the telco ke partner ke apa
telco,
lah. Wow. So Justin Bieber came to KL, and then that time he was dating Selena Gomez lah. And
Selena came also?
Selena came as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So he wanted to come to Roots to check it out, I guess, to have like an after party after his concert ke apa kan. So we knew he was coming, and then obviously we had to like build like a special kind of like a curtain entrance thingy whatever to go through to his table lah, because Justin Bieber fans semua macam mana nak control benda ni kan. So Justin Bieber comes with Selena Gomez, and then they go to their table, and I guess they're having their fun and whatnot, and then suddenly like after fall you can see like there's like not like an argument, but like maybe like a little like a tension going on between both of them and whatnot.
Dah mabuk lebih.
Tak tahu lah dia mabuk ke apa. Saya macam tu. Saya tengok dia pegang gelas dia, tak mabuk ke tak tahu.
I think it was underage kan juga.
Kena politically correct selalu. Tak ada underage.
He was just about 18.
I'm pretty sure it's above 18, man. That's right. Then you got people lawyers calling me. I don't need that, man. I just make money, you know what I mean? I'll be wealthy for a while if I can. So they had I think a little tension going on between them, ever. So it's crazy because like everyone at the time Selena Gomez is famous but not that famous yet, because everyone's Bieber fever lah. Itu yang season Bieber fever ni kan. So everyone is like crazy, like Bieber, and they're at the table. So like the whole night it's funny because everyone's tried to get Bieber or try to go to him or try to touch him or go to him, and then after for a reason they get into the tension situation, and it leads I think to a bigger argument. So she takes her bag, and instead of going through like the back entranceway, because she runs away from him to get out of the nightclub on the normal path. So and then he then chases her. So this is hilarious because it's like Justin Bieber is chasing Selena Gomez, and then the fans are chasing Justin Bieber, and you're seeing this in front of your eyes. You're like, yo, this cannot be actually happening. This is like some real TMZ moment. So it's like he's chasing Bieber, the fans are chasing Bieber, Bieber chasing Selena, the fans are chasing Bieber, and the security blood is like chasing. And it's like it's a freaking commotion, right? And I'm just there seeing this, and like that's just one of the most epic moments I've seen.
And we saw it live, man.
Live, and
we're talking about Justin Bieber,
yeah,
bro.
And the whole effort to do this special entrance is just all out of the window. I don't think they even partied even for 1 hour, and this thing already wrapped up. It's like so that's one of the funny things.
So interesting.
Yeah. That's one of good stories, man. And then I have another one. I think it's like I booked the Black Eyed Peas for a Mercedes event party. Because part of my company we also book talent.
KC
artists,
and friends.
KC and friends. Now it's known as Happy Moon. We book talents for corporate events and whatnot. So we booked the Black Eyed Peas. Not all of them, but I think 2 out of 3 of them. Taboo and Apple Diep. So of course they also wanna go to one of my lounge, Saru Lounge in Pavilion. They want to have the after party. So say, come to my place. We'll I'll make sure you guys have a good time and whatnot. And me, of course, me being a promoter, I always take advantage of the situation kan. Have to make the best out of things lah. So of course when they come there, artist tahu lah, lepas dah buat concert semua dia nak chill. They don't want to like work anymore whatnot. But tapi I'm a hustler. I'm like, people kena tahu lah Black Eyed Peas kat sini kan. Like takkan macam I have to make use of the situation. You know what I mean? Kau lepas aku baik dengan kau mesti lupa aku. So mesti I kena mempergunakan keadaan ni sikit kan. I mean the best out of it kan. So they come, they're having their friends, whatnot, they're having their fun, they're chilling, dancing, whatever. So Apple the app is of course famous for his feature called Bebop, you know, for Black Eyed Peas. That's one of his famous songs, which you know, all especially Asians know lah, because you know, like
Filipino, right?
Filipino,
Yeah.
you know. So and app obviously it's like raps in Tagalog, I think, right? Into the whole verse and whatnot. So I'm like, man, how do I get these guys to like, man, like, you know, perform? Because you know, kalau suruh perform mesti minta duit semua kan. So I'm like, okay lah, aku tahu apa kan. I went to DJ, I told the mic, I said, listen, okay, I'm going to do something. I'm sure they're going to be mad, but they'll have to do it anyway. So I'm
Kalau tak cool lah.
yeah. So I was like, hey, this is my one chance. Black Eyed Peas in the club. You need to take advantage of this kan.
Yeah.
And then my friend's like, hey bro, but what if he gets mad or whatever? I say, bro, he gets mad or tomorrow he's going to another country, bro. He's not going to care, bro. And I'm not going to see him again after this, you know, like, you know. So it's like, man, my local artist friends are going to hate me after this. Like, yo, we're never going to Casey's place again, man. This is what he does. But I had to take opportunity of it. So I said, okay, listen, man, take the mic, right? You just like cut the music and play Bebo, right? So DJ's like, okay, boss, I got you. So I go back to the table, right? And then I just go
You
on
brought
top.
the mic?
I took the mic myself, right? Then they're like, okay, DJ, start the music. I'm like, Sarullah, blah, blah. I don't know if you guys know, but we got the Black Eyed Peas in the house tonight. And everyone's like, whoa. So, and like, DJ, drop it. So he drops Bebo. And I take the mic. I just give it to him. All the friends are looking. And he's like, this motherfucker. He's like forced to, but of course by then he has a good time, you know, he's rapping and singing along to the song, and the tour manager is like looking at me like, you sly, you knew what you do, you think forever. I was like, hey, sorry man. and then I had to boo the other rapper, and he was like, yo, do not pass me the mic.
So you didn't pass the mic?
Nah, I didn't. One song was good enough. I had an iconic moment that Black Eyed Peas performed in my club, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, so that's a true hustler, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
Whatever it
seizing
takes.
the opportunity.
Seizing the opportunity, you know what I mean?
These things don't come every day, right? It's
Yeah.
about taking the chances.
Yeah, so, you know, so one of those moments I had
If you
to do.
teragak-agak, you know, you might miss the chance.
Kan, yeah.
Exactly. And maybe I want to ask you lah, is there anybody yang macam out of the ordinary ataupun macam surprising for you to see them at the club?
Oof, controversial ni. yeah. Of course. Ada. There's some people which you never would think would be in a nightlife venue, but then they're there. But you know, sometimes they're not there just to like, bukan macam minum ke apa pun. Sometimes they're just there to like
Lepak.
lepak. You know, they got non-Muslim friends who might, you know, might indulge and whatnot. Tapi dia orang pun just datang, you know, like gilit bahu, that's what they call it.
Gilit bahu.
And that's a safe word.
Gilit
kan.
bahu.
Gilit bahu. So you know, sometimes they also come, and then of course there's sometimes where you feel like there's people who you think would not even indulge.
Yeah.
And then they do indulge. You're like, wow, tak sangka macam ni. Tapi you know, there's their own private life. We are just a venue. We respect everyone's privacy, and then keep it going. You know, yeah.
Who's the craziest?
Come on,
Like give hints ah.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised from like the you know, from usahawan besar ni, ahli politik pun ada ke, you know, in the industry, art industry ada je, you know. I mean, think these things people are not oblivious to it lah kan. This is that I first hand seen it lah kan,
Ada
because
ke
you
yang
know,
macam artis pakai tudung semua datang?
tak ada sampai tudung, tak ada. I think nowadays with social media punya era,
Dia kata Fazura pergi party semua tu.
tak ada lah. Fazura tak ada lah.
Tak pernah pergi party tempat
Tak ada. Party tu
Ashraf?
tak ada lah. Ashraf banyak lah. Selalu pergi lah.
No, I just tanya sebab recently orang kata macam tu kan, but I think it's not good for, I mean, not good to say that about her lah kan. She might going for lounge ke, lepak dengan
I mean,
music.
Fazura banyak pergi macam fashion party semua. So sometimes I think in the hotel they got after party semua. So maybe they try to kaitkan her with that ke apa kan, you know. And then sometimes she got her birthday party. So sometimes like certain venues whatever, but tak ada dia pergi club malam ke apa kan. Tak ada macam tu. I have a good relationship with Kak Faz as well. And you know, I think people always try to just kaitkan her with like controversy all the time. So it's just like negative lah. You know, I kind of feel bad for her sometimes. Yeah, to
I
be
feel
honest.
bad also, like,
yeah.
she's just living her life.
Yeah, macam
Tak kacau
kau pergi fashion party, fashion event kan, macam YSL ke LV ke apa.
But I think mungkin pasal tu lah, dia pun dah kurang lah sikit kan.
I think dia pun macam dah, whatever I do pun people still
orang
like
nak cakap
kan.
macam-macam
So
kan.
macam kita pun sekarang fashion lounge pun aku tak pergi lah, fashion event pun I tak pergi lah. Dah malas lah. So you know, it's a bit unfair, you know. And then social media lah nowadays, everything gets like, you know, like
Scrutinized,
scrutinized, you know. Yeah,
for no good reason kan.
for no good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not just any Tom, Dick and Harry can bring big artists, right? Like Up mentioned.
Yeah.
Gila bro. Black Eyed Peas,
Ah.
Neo, Blue, and these people, bro. And imagine bro, budak kurus bawa Swift tu bro, bawa masuk budak-budak
Tahu
ni.
tak apa.
Yeah, man.
And then bagi pandai-pandai bagi mic. Black Eyed Peas, kan?
Like since you were 21, even you brought Steve Aoki, all this, right?
All these big artists when I was
Yeah,
young
yeah.
already, I started bringing, man. Yeah.
It's not easy, right?
It's
Like,
not easy,
what's the
and then you have to like, you have to submit your offer, let them know
We
what
want to
will
know the whole
happen.
process, man.
Yeah,
Tell us.
Oh, it's talent procurement is like another whole ball game because first of all, the financial offer needs to be good. Then they need to believe in you. What's your track record? What's your history? You know, what kind of hotel you gonna give them? Sometimes they nak flight, they nak business class. Ada pula hati-hati macam okay, aku nak 7 business class untuk apa? Dia punya brother lah, untuk ni lah, untuk tu lah, untuk tu. So it's like the cost of them can go up.
Adds up.
Sometimes last minute punya request dia bawa, we have to also accommodate for that. So there's a lot of struggle as well in the concert business, you know. And then selalu kan ada banyak macam newcomers who might also sometimes like, you know, kill the market share and then, you know, compete unhealthily. So it's a process lah, you know. I mean, not easy lah because for them pun you kena ingat like, okay, I'm going to a place like Malaysia. What if this guy just like tipu me? Mungkin bagi deposit then balance tak bagi. Mungkin got something dia datang to perform untuk 5 song tapi tiba dia paksa aku buat 10 song. So all this doubt also is there kan, because for them, you know lah, maybe they think like Malaysia is like, you know, I'm probably Malaysian but they might think like Malaysia is not like considered something like as credible as compared to like say UK ke US ke France macam tu kan. So this perception pun selalu ada lah kan dengan kita. So all that need to obstacle lah. Kena convince, kena hantar hotel. Ni kena minta, I want to see the confirmation number of the hotel. Then they can call dulu. Because ada juga sometimes artis datang, dah orang tipu. And cakap hotel ni dah land airport dah. Kereta lain macam pula. Then bagi 4-star hotel pula.
Pernah ada macam tu.
Pernah. So dia
Tu organizer punya hal lah.
then dia datang pula, takkan dia tak tidur pula kan. Orang dah bagi tu kena accept pula kan. Ataupun memang sometimes the artist maybe will threaten lah, okay, I don't want to perform unless you get this. Ada juga sometimes artist ni dia bukan sengaja jadi diva pun. Orang pun tipu dia kan. So dia terpaksa lah fight for his right juga kan. So these are some of the common, like, you know, things people don't see behind the scene lah. And then not easy, you know, their catering, their rider, you know, everything, their requirement is like sometimes tinggi. International artist requirement dia lain macam,
And
seriously.
you only do international artist pula kan.
I mean, up to now, predominantly I bring international talent lah to Malaysia lah kan. You know, on the local side, I rather focus on the record label side where I grow.
Contoh Neo kan, was it difficult to bring him in? And then macam in terms of regulation, in terms of
restriction.
Malaysia restriction. Obviously, you know, Malaysian is a Muslim country, and we have different laws on how showcases should be done. And you know, we work very closely with the government so that our image is protected. Malaysia's image is protected, and so there's also not too much of aggressive or sexual influence towards the audience. You know, so we have a body here called Puspal, where we submit to them the kind of artists we want to bring, and then they will then vet it to see if it works. Sometimes they might say, okay, yang ni boleh tapi dia kena ada certain regulation, macam okay, nak menari boleh tapi outfit at least kena ada ke bawah lutut, you know, cannot be above the knee. They cannot do anything too vulgar, sexual on the choreography on the stage. So macam kita nak bawa Neo pun not easy because diorang punya clothing is already fixed for the whole tour, which is like above the knee, sometimes macam ni spandex material ni semua, dia sometimes twerking lah ni lah semua kan. So Malaysia pula tak boleh. So sometimes you as a country have to pay for the dress
clothing
for
and everything.
The dress code, this that. Maybe you have to pay more money. Maybe they might say, oh, then ada artis like 50 Cent dulu kita nak bawa, because dia buat the final lap tour kan. Thailand semua pergi, we want to bring to Malaysia, tapi 50 Cent yelah dah kaya kan. Say, tak apa, if I have to change my choreography and do it clothing ni, I don't want to do it. You know, like Beyonce macam tu lah maybe, because Beyonce, of course everyone tanya, kenapa Malaysia tak bawa Beyonce? Bukan tak nak bawa, dia sendiri pun tak datang, because if I have to change my entire showcase for this, I mean, it's okay, don't do it lah. So they end up going to Singapore, because they know that if I do a show in Singapore, the Malaysian fans will still come.
This is annoying for organizer.
Yeah lah, it's a struggle lah kan. I mean, but it is what it is lah. You don't complain about this is the country we were born, we live in. You make the best out of it, man. I'm positive thinker like that lah, you know. I mean, I would say, you tak suka sekali, then pergi negara lain lah. I mean, no one's forcing you. No one's putting a gun to your head and saying that this is how you have to live, you know. So, you know, respect the law of the land. of course, over time, you always want to try to educate and you want to work with the government to see where you can break barriers together. I think that's what we all Malaysians are trying to find.
But like when
a balance.
you do your concert apa semua kan, all this government agency akan datang ke tengok apa
akan datang, you know.
So you have to have a relationship with them also lah.
Yeah, you have to have a relationship, you know, but a professional relationship, of course. You know, you manage the expectation about what's going to happen, and if you do it well, no problem. Then they also respect you and give you more leeway in the future lah, because they trust you lah kan. You're a professional organizer, which at first takes the law of land above all matters. You know,
Yeah. Okay, good. So I think this is probably one of my last question lah.
Okay.
For this section.
For this segment kan.
Betul.
You know, now you are no longer the KC you were before.
Oh, is it?
Kan? I mean, no longer the Swift KC.
the
Kan?
Swift KC.
So now you are like a star boy. You know, everybody wants to, you know, wants to nak mengorak you apa semua. Almost like Justin Bieber. Almost like Justin Bieber. So like, how's your love life like? You are 35 now.
Yeah. So everyone's always asking marriage, this and that. Yeah. So yeah, for
I'm
me.
sure botak also ask, right?
Oh, sure. No, especially my mom. My mom is one always nagging.
Is your brother married? By the
No, my
way?
brother's not married as well. Yeah, so he's a pilot in for ANA, which is in Japan, of course. So he's doing very well there as well. So yeah, you know, relationship for me has always been a tricky thing in my life. I've always kept it very private as well, because I don't like to mix both. Also because, you know lah, I'm in a industry where it's nightlife, and there's always meeting someone else. So the moment if I make any relationship public, then people quickly try to like use the, you know, I was seeing KC with this person in this bar or this lounge or this concert. So the wrong impression can go wrong very, very, very fast. So I have to be also, that's why I always kept my relationship very private and whatnot. And you know, in terms of marriage, you know, I think I'm at the age where like I will start considering it. But for the longest time I didn't. You know, for me macam dari muda kan macam priority tu kerja lah. Because for me macam kalau tak ada kejayaan baik, siapa nak kahwin dengan kau pun? That's my mindset lah kan. I mean, I'm not saying that's the correct mindset, but that's my mindset kan.
But I think that's true.
Correct. But you had your own story as well. You told me like you and Tia was what kind of like that thing end up being like a bonus or a good thing which
grew together.
Grow together as well. And then you also told me how you did Mutiara and everything. It's like actually last Tia is the one yang the ambassador yang really letakkan semua.
Tried so many things
kan?
and then last kali
Your own wife,
Correct, own wife. And so I mean, everyone got their own perspective. So for me, it was like, okay lah, macam first thing, most important is like foundation and structure, or for me, like a holding company, which is so solid that even after, if I can afford to make a few mistakes and flops on new investment, and it still won't crush it. That means the base is like solid dah. You know what I mean? Like ada enough stability on businesses yang boleh sustain long term, enough cash flows. Then only I should look into like maybe like my personal life more and all that. Because I feel like kalau kahwin awal semua tapi macam tak boleh enjoy, tak boleh like travel, tak boleh ada, you know, like a nice house, ke car ke apa ke, and then what's the point again? Like I won't feel good of myself. You know, how would I then make someone else feel better? Because you know, they always say happiness is like you got to make yourself happy first before you can make the other person happy. Because if you're not happy yourself and content, how are you going to pour that emotion over to someone else? You know, so you know, it's in the works. Like,
I have a girlfriend now.
Sorry?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Sorry?
I keep my love life private.
But do you?
I keep my love life private.
Normally,
like just between us,
private, but you know,
like I said, I keep my love life private. I never discuss it, you know. And I've always going to maintain that way. But for me, it's like, when it's time to get like married and whatnot, for sure, like I will really openly, you know, like keep that in public and of course whatnot. But until then, my question is always the same. Like I keep my love life private. So when you ask me like, am I in a relationship, whether I am, whether I'm not, I will not discuss it.
Usually what? When people answer like this, because they have multiple girlfriends.
Oh wow!
So if
wow!
you say
Wow!
macam ni,
Wow! Wow!
You know,
Wow!
usually
Wow! Now you're just trying to put me in trouble.
No, I'm just saying that's the norm lah, bro, kan. Maybe it's different with you.
That's not the norm at all.
Normally lah, kan. That's why they don't want to discuss.
That's not the norm at all.
Kan?
So what about you? I'm not kidding.
I have a wife.
Aku saja. I got secrets too.
Use the wife card.
Someone got, I got a wife. Hold on. Yeah.
So I think we're ready to wrap this up. But
Awesome.
one last thing before
Yes,
we close
yes,
it.
yes.
This is my personal question and advice
yeah.
I want to get from you.
Yes.
Or maybe one more for all the viewers and people out there. So my advice is
Your
I want to
question.
tap. My question is I want to tap some of your advice on social skills, right? Because I think that is your strength given all this that you've done, right? So you rub shoulders with not just anybody, famous people. And then
National
that's sometimes I pun nervous bila tu, but mostly I tak kenal or I always think takut dengan Tuhan je lah. Why takut dengan
Betul.
right? And then like half the artists in Malaysia pun I don't really know, right? But you mingle and with not just anybody. So what advice do you have for me and that everybody can also have
I mean,
How to be a social butterfly.
social
I
butterfly,
mean, if I can reverse the question, so like, how important is it to be a social butterfly? It's not necessarily important as well, because there can be some people who are like very quiet in the room, but they're also like, maybe they're very happy, and some people know them privately, but they're very important friendships. It could be that as well, like, me, because I'm the hospitality business, I'm generally loud. But if someone I tak kenal pun, I pun tak semestinya will just go and talk to them, because sometimes I feel like, dia ni mungkin someone bigger than me, whatnot. Of course now it's nice because I feel like, that's why from young I so mati-mati siap kena berjaya. My recognition must be good, because at least when it can come to a time when I walk in a room, I don't feel like shy to like introduce myself.
yourself,
I got brands, you can tell them there's common topics to talk about, and or there's a strong possibility the person might already know who I am. He might not know me personally, but they might have heard of me. So I feel
Might have known your work.
so for me that makes me more comfortable nowadays to like have a conversation, because like okay lah, dia mesti at least akan tahu saya ataupun kawan saya tu siapa. So it came to me, not say organically lah, I had to build towards
not
that,
organic,
it builds towards that confidence as well lah, but also with the work I had put in. If you ask me, if I didn't have all this maybe to say success or brands, maybe I also would be a little bit more like timid lah, but okay, dengan kawan-kawan yelah, you can be loud, can be fun, whatever, and tapi with strangers is not easy, until today I still got some people where I feel like okay, maybe like I shouldn't talk to him first, like maybe just wait for him to talk to me first lah, because like takut macam dia, nanti kalau dia tak layan, he mesti macam feel like very macam alamak, dia tak layan aku pun, so that thing happens to me, but actually it's not a good thing because maybe he's also thinking the same thing juga. So one person to start somewhere kan. So nowadays I try to be a bit more like engaging sikit lah kan.
Yeah, that's good. But I think it's a very important skill to have, and also I think you pun kalau you tahu dia siapa, I think it's different, right? Of course you want to
give a good impression or whatnot.
Yeah,
right?
correct, exactly. Yeah.
Like contoh lah, kalau this guy you memang nak kenal dengan dia, what would you do to?
I mean, first I guess like if I have to be a fan of your work lah kan. So if I do, then I mean just go up to him, or maybe he has a common friend which can introduce me and whatnot. Just the basic things of life. But it's like you have to be very careful, especially around like I think in the entrepreneur field. There's a saying, not as a saying. Sometimes you're always thinking macam, ayo, this person probably now just coming to me because he probably wants to do some business with me or want something. Because that thing is always that stigma there kan.
True.
And then sometimes aku pun fikir macam tu juga. Alah, bapa ni dah jumpa aku mesti macam nak something je kan.
Because you don't like people coming there.
Exactly. Because I also don't like you asking me for favor, asking for whatever. So I'm sure that person is also thinking the same thing. So that's why I always have this barrier. But it's not healthy lah kan. You have to sometimes just like, hey, what's the harm of introducing yourself? What's the worst can happen kan? So you got to think more positive like that lah. And then most importantly is that when you do meet them, genuinely ikhlas, just be a friend of their work and be their friend first. Don't try to be like straight away talk about business, this, that, whatever, because that can be sometimes a bit like overwhelming for someone to be like, oh, I just met you and like I'm just here, especially social events kan. I'm here to just like relax and whatnot, and then you go to them and already talking to them about work or asking them to, can you invest in this and that. People sometimes might not take it like how everyone else takes it lah, I got a bit more of a business mindset yang okay, all the time working, so you want to talk about business investment sekarang pun boleh, anytime pun boleh, but not everyone is like that. Some people maybe they're like very established, they're doing for 30 years, they're in relaxed environment. They just want to chill. So maybe try talking about something in common. Like okay, I like cracking jokes. You can see I'm natural at that.
Yeah.
So that's how I would do. But some people can talk about what kind of hobbies you have or what kind of like sports you play
But
or watch.
like Casey, you basically started from nothing
Betul, nothing bro,
nothing
zero.
Semua pun tak kenal, tak layan sangat
Tak layan langsung nothing.
Tapi sekarang bro, people like, I think it's like everybody is
Nak kenal you.
Bukan nak kenal bro, they
Yeah.
are happy
Open up.
to invest.
Yeah.
And this was what people sometimes say cable lah kan. Or when you ada cable apa semua
Correct,
kan. But
correct.
you bina your cable bro.
Yeah.
Betul tak?
Yeah. Bina and cable, and also most importantly like hygiene as many bro. Everyone.
Because I know a lot of people invest in you.
Yeah, they they do, and I'm very appreciative, and like and I got very close friends who always say like, hey bro, all this person, sampai this government person lah, ni lah, this super celebrity lah, why don't you use your contact? Why don't you use? And I say aku tak boleh. I jenis yang I malu, segan. If I got friendship with you, I feel like the moment I bring this up, your perception and it's going to change completely of me. You still think, no wonder you're my friend.
Yeah.
No wonder this whole time you. So I cannot sampai you are the one who come to me and say, hey, bro, you know what? Can I invest in you? Then so I feel like I have to prove myself to the point where like today you are now in line waiting to come and invest in me. That's what I want.
Yeah. And I just, it reminded me of this saying lah, macam sometimes orang ni dia busy nak pergi catch rama-rama. They want to catch the butterfly, right?
Correct.
But actually what you should do is you should build a garden so that the butterfly will come.
Correct. Yes,
So I
exactly.
think what he's doing is he's actually building his garden. Kind of all his Cili Kampung, all his businesses, whatever concert apa semua.
Yeah.
It's like a garden, and that's why it attracts people to come, and they want a piece of it.
Correct.
They want to be part
That's
of
beautiful.
the garden.
Sure. I want people to think like, okay, yang Casey, okay lah, tak untung main pun tak betul, takkan rugi lah. Casey mesti buat benda,
Dia
mesti
mesti jaga.
mesti confirm hit. So I want that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all the business I've done has been successful, but I want to show that consistency, that like my record is almost like very, very good. Like my my winning percentage be like very high. So that consistency is what I want to build, and then I want people to come to me because they really feel like, okay, this boy cannot do wrong. He's like that good. And then that's the reason why people should come, not the other way around where like I'm going. I mean, not saying I can ask someone if they have like if there's a relationship where we can both make use of each other. But if like tu macam tak macam kabel ni ke guna ke, and I always say, okay, kau guna kabel ni, what makes you think you use the cable if it's not your industry? And some, hey bro, you got this guy, he's so powerful, dia selalu lepak dia, he goes to all your outlet, to your concert, you're so close, why don't you ask him to know for this? But I said, bro, but aku tak kena mengena dengan bidang ni. Why would I want to ask him that and he want to give it to me? It's so weird. If it's at least something got to do with my industry, makanan, like whatever, nightlife, concert apa, then it makes sense for me to use whoever these contacts I know to be like, okay lah,
Win-win lah for both.
Win-win lah for both.
Ada sinergi
Ni macam pasal kau member dengan dia, but I'm like, but then I won't feel happy doing it. I feel like I'm exploiting something which is not even meant for me, just for the sake of like
pasal member
money. But I can only make money doing what I know, what I'm good at. At least if I do it this way, I'm happy and I'm proud of it.
And if people invest in you, both make money. You make
Both
money.
make money, ya, betul lah kan.
At least you buat benda confirm jadi lah. Tak adalah buat tiba-tiba projek pasir ke, projek jalan ke, apa yang kita tak pernah tahu.
Not
kan?
just anything
Yeah. So I think that's a very important thing, macam untuk kita always stick to what we know and just push
Build
as far as possible.
And trust me, like entrepreneurs, real ones, after 1 minute, they can tell someone yes or no. You'd be surprised. Like if I'm at this level, I'm sharp. Within 90 seconds, I can call your BS. A seasoned veteran is like, bro,
from a mile away,
bro,
probably.
from a mile away. Even your body language, like I'm sure your dad, like you know what I mean, like probably be like real fast. Like when someone comes and talks to you, in the first 2-3 minutes, you already know this meeting is like going nowhere, but you're just there out of like
Respect.
But
15 minutes max lah.
But I sometimes can make my decision faster than that. But of course I give them the full time. But I've already understood the situation quite fast. But you must, we are Malaysians, so I always say I don't be like Shark Tank or poyo. Like should never shut people down like that. That part I think we are Malaysians, we're a bit more cultured. So I
That's
will
why
let
I say
them
50 minutes.
That's
your elevated pitch.
I don't know, but so you have to give them their space, the respect. We have in that sense, I'm happy to be Malaysian. We're more respectful of that. So Americans more lain, bro. 2-3 minutes. Sorry, I think this is not going to to work for me, and then they just politely walk out the room like, whoa, bro, what the hell is that, man? Yeah, it's crazy, you know. So we are a bit more better, but of course, whether I give that 20 or 30 minutes or not, the difference is I would know the first few minutes as well, like, this is going nowhere kind of thing, you know. And you should have the instinct. There's nothing wrong with it. Just be respectful how you eventually exit the situation, you know.
I just want to say that, you know, I saw the whole journey. You know, maybe not since you were not the past 2 decades, but I think the last decade at least. I saw how you grow, and you know, I think one of the things that we always do to each other also, we like to, you know, amazing stuff, man.
Yeah.
And
Hype each other out.
He will hype also.
hype
Like,
each other
so
out.
proud of you, man. Looking at you are here and stuff like that. And so I feel like that is something that I treasure also.
Yes.
That I really appreciate as well, and I feel like, you know, I'm blessed today to be able to have this conversation with you. And then
finally in a setting like this,
in a setting like this, and you know, I feel like, you know, looking sometimes I remember when I first met Casey, I never tak pernah imagine lah he would be where he is today. And because last time, you remember the penthouse days, you just come lepak, you know, I just thought you were just another DJ.
Yeah, betul, betul.
And come on, let's be honest, a lot of people at that time today turn out to be, you know,
just
not
another
much,
DJ.
People who might not be where they should be or could be.
Could be. And so, and you grew and you've managed all this success, and now looking at, I remember juga last time we did Kila Fit together, if you remember.
Yeah, correct.
And he was one of my investors juga at that time.
Early on,
and very supportive. So I feel like, you know, you have been an amazing person. And
Thank you, sir.
I feel like macam one day nanti kan, you're going to be a huge success. People would know your story. Everybody would, you know, be a big recognized name in Malaysia. And, you know, I can proudly say that I've interviewed this guy.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for
man.
being here.
My first podcast too, so you know that'll go down the
first
history.
podcast. First podcast. And I think you've done amazing, and I can't wait, man, to maybe interview you in the next 5 years pula, to see what was your progress at that time. Maybe at that time,
How
global expansion at that time, you know.
Yes.
So congratulations for everything that you have done, and maybe, you know, last few words
Fisher especially, right?
Thank you everyone, and for also giving the opportunity. I'm so happy to be here, man, and also to you guys, man. I mean, like I said, I've seen the last 2 episodes as well with John Lemon and Darren. You know, and you guys are doing so well. You know, I always thought macam Up ni like dia can be quite shy juga sebenarnya. So I always thought like, okay, Up can talk whatever, but I never thought you will have like the courage to like until about podcast and openly talk. So I'm like, in that I don't know you as well. So I'm like really proud of you too, man. Like I didn't think you have the courage to go and like do a full on like podcast and then interview guests every week. And so like in that sense, like really
thank you for your support, man, for being here again.
Thanks, man. From my side as well.
Thank you. And to the audience, I just want to say, like, you know, if you're a young entrepreneur, like you know, dreams are great and everything, but I swear to you, it's hard work which is going to get you there. You know, like if you work so hard at what you do, and you might not hit A, but you might even get a B plus. And that's good enough because it at least gets you starting to somewhere. And then it opens to the next door, opens the next door, opens the next door. But if you just work really, really hard, if you really work 16 hours a day and 7 days a week at the start, you will get to at least some point which will give you the liquid stability and a bit more financial freedom to move on to the next thing. But at the start tu, memang kena kerja macam mati lah. So, you know, I think Malaysia at the end of the day, you know, people come tell me like, oh, you know, I got no opportunity, whatnot. No, orang-orang yang boleh buat Grab ke, you'll be surprised, orang yang jual benda tepi jalan pun can make thousands. It's all about actually a bit of hard work, you know. And if you start somewhere, you save your money, you can keep some money and then invest it in something else. It's all a stepping point. It's just whether you want it, you know. So that's the thing you have to ask yourself. If you really want it, trust me, there's a way. You know, I did it. You know?
And with
Proven.
that, kita thank again Casey.
Thank you so much.
Here. You know, I thank you juga kepada semua audience kita yang dah menonton episod kita berapa lama? Dekat 2 jam.
2 jam.
2 jam ni.
Slightly shy
1.5 hours.
before edit.
Kan? Then maybe, you know, nak cakap anything for closing? Subscribe.
So thank you everybody for watching. Do subscribe. It's free.
Apa Cerita.
Yes. Share with all your friends. Like it if you like it, and do comment below if there's anything that you think we can improve in.
Alright. So
thank you so much, man.
Thank you,
Casey.
boys. Thank you, man.